So the question says A to Z PLC supports the concept of टेरो technology. So टेरो technology को क्या बोलते हैं? ऑप्टिमल प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बोलते हैं इसको, इस कॉन्सेप्ट को, आई थिंक. यस, ठीक है. सो आई हैव दिस हैबिट ऑफ राइटिंग प्रॉफिट एज पाई. पता नहीं क्यों, कहाँ से वो हैबिट लगा, बट ओके, बेयर विथ मी. इट सपोर्ट्स द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ टेरो टेक्नोलॉजी और लाइफ साइकिल कॉस्टिंग फॉर न्यू इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजंस covering its engineering activities. Okay, the financial side of this philosophy is now well established and its principles extended to all other areas of decision making. Right? So ये क्या बोल रहा है कि इस philosophy का जो financial side है, that is pretty well established and its principles have large extension to other areas of decision making as well. The company has to replace a number of its machines and the production manager is torn between means he is confused between machine X and machine X, which is a more expensive machine with a life of 12 years, and machine Y, which is I think less expensive and it has an estimated life of 6 years, right? So यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, the company is supposed to replace a number of its machines, some of its machines, and the production manager is confused between two machines. One is machine X and another one is machine Y. Machine X is more expensive, whereas machine Y is less expensive. Machine X has a life of 12 years and machine Y has a life of 6 years. If Y machine is chosen, and it is likely that it would be replaced at the end of 6 years by another Y machine. So it is saying that if you choose Y machine, then after 6 years you have to purchase another Y machine, right? The pattern of this is pattern, okay? The pattern of maintenance and running costs differs between the two types of machine, and all the relevant data are given here. So यहाँ पे जो pattern of maintenance है and the running cost है, that is different for both the machines. So ये है आपका मशीन X and this is your machine Y. इसका जो टाइम पीरियड है कितना है, लाइफ है for 12 years, and for machine Y the life span is 6 years, right? So what is the purchase price of machine X? 19,000, and for machine Y it is 13,000. Now it is saying what is the amount of scrap, what is the value of scrap. So scrap कब होगा, जब मशीन का पूरा लाइफ साइकिल खत्म हो जाएगा. आफ्टर दैट you will discard that machine, right? After completion of 12 years, after like at the end of the life of that machine, you will discard that, then only you will generate scrap. So this is your after 12 or after 6 years, 12 for X and 6 for Y machine. So what is the amount of scrap that you will generate? For machine X it is 3,000, for machine Y also it is 3,000. Next it is saying that annual repair cost, this comes under your maintenance cost, right? So annual repair cost is 2,000 for machine X and 2,600 for machine Y. Now it is saying overhaul cost. Overhaul cost क्या होता है कि इसको hauling cost भी बोलते हैं. You must have heard this word in your intermediate. So ये cost होता है जो कि एक this cost you have to incur after a certain period of time, right? For example ये पूरा आपका life cycle है, तो एक certain period of time के बाद you have to do some kind of repairing in that. So that is known as your overhaul cost. For example at your home also after certain years you have to repaint the walls, right? पुट्टी वुट्टी लगाना पड़ता है ना, वैसे ही that is known as your overhaul cost. So overhaul cost will be incurred for machine X, it will be incurred at year 8 and that will cost you 4,000, and for machine Y it will be incurred at year 4 and you have to spend 2,000 rupees for that. Estimated financing costs averaged over machine life. So जो इसका financing cost आता है which is averaged over its entire life, that is 10% per annum, and for Y it is 10% per annum as well. So estimated financing cost averaged over machine life, this is nothing other than your discounting cost. Discounting cost. discounting rate. Okay, discounting rate. So the question says you are required to recommend with supporting figures which machine to purchase, stating any assumptions. Okay, so यहाँ पे मैंने क्या बोला था, whenever you get a question, so after reading the question you have to identify what has been asked in the question. So you have to make a decision, you have to give appropriate numbers, and you have to support your decision, right? So in this question I have already told you that you have to judge on 3 parameters. What was the first parameter? Cost, right? यहाँ पे मैं लिख रही हूँ cost. What is the second parameter? Revenue. What is the last parameter? That is your discounting rate. So in this particular question, whether cost for both the machines are given to you? Yes, it has been given to you. Is revenue given to you? No, it is not given to you. Is the discounting rate given to you? Yes, it has been given to you. So ये कौन सा वाला case हो जाएगा? This will be your fourth case, right? In the fourth case, what was written? If you have more than one options, then you have to go for your equivalent annual cost calculation. Equivalent annual cost calculation. So this is your fourth case, and you have to calculate EAC, right? Now we will also check what is EAC. यहाँ पे लिखते हैं, ठीक है? EAC क्या है? Equivalent annual cost. So ये क्या हो जाएगा? Summation of present value of all the cash outflows. जितने भी कॉस्ट जितना भी कॉस्ट आप इनकर कर रहे हो, summation of all those costs divided by CPVF, cumulative present value factor. I know it has been very confusing to you, but जैसे ही हम क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे यूं चुटकी बजाते हो जाएगा, ठीक है? So this is the formula for your EAC. इसको आप अपने आंसर अपने नोटबुक में कहीं पे लिख लो, क्योंकि ये बहुत आगे यूज होने वाला है. So in your answer sheet, first make a format like this where we have to calculate the equivalent annual cost, right? So cost बोल रहा है यहाँ पे, so we have to write down all the cost one by one. So what is the first cost? Obviously the purchase price. Purchase price is how much? For machine X it is 19,000. For machine Y it is 13,000. ये सब amount है, right? These are all in rupees. That is the purchase price. Next क्या दिया है आपको? Scrap दिया है, but this scrap we will reduce at the end. Okay. Now you have to what is the next cost that is given to you? Annual repair cost. Annual repair cost is given to you as 2,000 and 2,600. Repair. So annual repair cost बोल रहा है, that means this cost will be incurred every year, right? Every year this will be incurred. For machine X this will be how much, and for machine Y this will be how much. So हर साल अगर हो रहा है तो 12 years and 6 years every year. So as this cost is getting incurred every year, so we have to calculate कि जो 12 years के एंड में जितना खर्चा हो रहा होगा 2,000 रुपीज, उसका प्रेजेंट वैल्यू कितना है, राइट? फॉर दैट वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट CPVF, राइट? CPVF. So many students get confused where to calculate present value, like where to put present value factor and where to get your cumulative present value factor. So जहाँ पर भी एक साल का ही only 1 year का कैलकुलेशन बोला होगा, वहाँ पे we have to go for PVF, and जहाँ पे भी पूरे 12 साल का cumulatively बोला होगा, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ पे पूरा 12 साल का हमें करना है, right? In this case we have to calculate the present value of this particular cost for all the 12 years, right? For all the 12 years. So that amount we have to like calculate here. So in this case we will calculate CPVF. So वो क्या हो जाएगा? So I am making you understand this again because this is very confusing. 1 2 3 4 5 6. ठीक है, these are all years. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what is happening here? Every year for machine Y, every year you are incurring 2600. So 2600, this amount of 2600 is not, the value of this 2600 is not equal to the value of 2600 in the first year, right? So for all these numbers we have to calculate the present value of all these numbers. So वो क्या हो जाएगा? Cumulative present value factor multiplied by this particular amount. ये कहाँ से आया? See, for the first year you will calculate this into PVF for year 1, then 2600 multiplied with present value factor for year 2, then again like this year 3, like this up to present value factor of year 6. So this is a very lengthy process. So without doing this, you can simply take this amount common, then you can do present value factor of year 1 up to present value factor of year 6. So this can simply be written as 2600 into cumulative present value factor of year 6, right? How can you calculate this? 2600 into ये amount, how will you get this? What is the discounting rate? Discounting rate is your 10% and your number of years is your 6. मैंने क्या इसका फॉर्मूला बताया था? 1 divided by 1.1. Then how many years? For 6 years. 1 2 3 4 5 6. ये जो अमाउंट है, अब हमें क्या करना है? सबको ऐड करना है. GT करने से वो समेशन आ जाता है. So this amount will be your 4.355, right? So इसको मल्टीप्लाई आप कर दो, कितना आ जाएगा? This will come as your 11,323.67. So ये क्या हो जाएगा? ये आ जाएगा आपका एनुअल रिपेयर कॉस्ट फॉर योर मशीन Y, right? Now I'll tell you what is the difference between PVF and CPVF. ठीक है, हम ये कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे CPVF कितना निकला है? CPVF निकला है this. But when we are doing this 1 divided by 1.1, पहला वाला इक्वल टू हम लोग कर रहे हैं. सो ये जो अमाउंट आ रहा है ना, दैट इज द प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर ऑफ ईयर 1. ये आपका आ गया 0.909. देन अगेन वी आर प्रेसिंग द इक्वल टू अगेन. तो ये जो अमाउंट आ रहा है, दिस इज योर प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर ऑफ ईयर 2, 0.826. अगेन वी आर प्रेसिंग इक्वल टू. ये जो आ रहा है, दिस इज योर प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर 3, ईयर 3. सिमिलरली ये आपका ईयर 4 का पीवीएफ आ रहा है, ईयर 5, ईयर 6, देन GT. सो GT करने से ये सारा ऐड हो जा रहा है, सारे प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर्स ऐड हो जा रहे हैं और फाइनली हम इसको मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं 2600 से, राइट? सो इससे ज़्यादा इजी एक्सप्लेनेशन आपको और कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. यू विल नॉट गेट एनी मोर easier explanation than this, right? I hope this is clear to you. So let's start now. So ये क्या हो जाएगा for 12 years? अभी आप खुद बताओ. The amount is 2000 multiplied by, we have to calculate the CPVF. CPVF for 12 years is how much? 1 divided by 1.1 and then we have to press equal to for 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we will do GT. GT is coming as how much? 6.813. 6.813. So you will multiply this with 6.813. So what will be this amount? Multiplied with 2000. कितना आ रहा है ये? It is coming as your 13,627. 13,627, right? Now for the second year ये कितना हो जाएगा? इसका अमाउंट हमें पता है 2,600 is the annual repairing cost, and then CPVF for 6 years. Recently we calculated it. It is coming as 4.355. 4.355. 4.355. So obviously while teaching you that, I have already calculated the amount, and it is coming as 11,323. Okay. Now the next cost is what? The next is your overhaul cost, which is incurred at the year 8. Overhaul cost for X and for Y. So it is not incurred every year. Only it is not every year. And only in the year 8. सिर्फ ईयर 8 में हो रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है कि 8 साल तक हो रहा है. इट इज नॉट गेटिंग इनकर्ड अप टू 8 years. इट इज गेटिंग इनकर्ड ओनली इन द ईयर नंबर 8, राइट? फॉर ओनली 1 year इट इज गेटिंग इनकर्ड, एंड दैट इज योर ईयर नंबर 8. सो ये क्या हो जाएगा? व्हाट इज द अमाउंट? 4,000 फॉर X and 2,000 for Y. Now we will calculate what? CPVF? No, here we will not calculate CPVF, rather we will calculate PVF. Why? Because it is getting incurred for only 1 year, right? For example, if I'll tell you that you have to calculate the annual repairing cost for only year 2. Year 2 में कितना खर्चा हुआ, if I'll tell you, then you will calculate only this much, right? Similarly, overhaul cost is being incurred in the year number 8. So we have to calculate it for only 1 year. So ये क्या हो जाएगा? 1 divided by 1.1. Then we have to press equal to for how many times? 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is coming as 0.466. यहाँ पे again you don't have to press GT. Remember my words. GT you don't have to press again, because we are not calculating the cumulative present value factor. We are simply calculating the present value factor. So present value factor at year 8 कितना आ रहा है? 0.466. And for Y it is how much? 1 divided by 1.1. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end of year 4. So year 4 के end में कितना आ रहा है? 0.683. PVF at year 4. Simply calculate now into 2000. And when you calculate this, तो ये आपका आ जाएगा अराउंड 1868. Right, overall cost is done now. Now look at the question and tell me, is there any other cost remaining? Purchase price we did, annual repair cost we did, overall cost we did. We also calculated the discounting rate also. Like we also took this into consideration also, right? The only thing which is remaining is the scrap amount. So scrap amount will be incurred at the year end, right? Year end, at the end of the life. This will be incurred now. So you have to less the scrap value. So for X, what is the scrap value? For both, it is 3000 only. Now you think and tell me whether we will take into consideration the CPVF or PVF. Tell me. Scrap, you are selling this at the end of last year? At the end of last year? Are you selling it every year? No, you are not selling it every year. Whenever you get confused between CPVF and PVF, simply ask one question to yourself whether you are doing it every year or you are doing it at only 1 year. Scrap, you are doing at only 1 year. So here also PVF at year 12, PVF at year 6, right? So we have to calculate the present value factor. 1 divided by 1.1, then 12 times we have to press equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is what? 0.318. Similarly, for machine Y, what will be the answer? 1 divided by 1.1. Then we have to press equal to for 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is coming as your 0.564. Now, if you calculate this, then the amount will be 957, and here it will be 1692. If you multiply this, so this will be reduced, right? So you have to add this plus this plus this minus this. So when you will add them, so what is the amount you will get? 33,537. And here, after reducing this scrap amount, what is the value you will get? 23,997. Right. Now tell me, ये जो amount है, what is this amount? What is this amount? As we will have to calculate the present value of all the cash outflows. So ये क्या हो जाएगा? Total present value of cash outflow. Cash outflow or cost, right? Cash outflow. What is the meaning of cash outflow? What is the amount of cost you are incurring? That is only known as your cash outflow. Cash कितना जा रहा है, right? Now, we know the formula for EAC. EAC का formula क्या है? Now only I told you total PV of all cash outflows divided by CPVF, right? So ये क्या हो जाएगा? EAC for your machine X, how much will be this? 33,537 divided by CPVF. What is the amount of CPVF? CPVF for machine X is this 6.813. Then for machine Y, what is the amount of total cash outflow? 23,997 divided by what is the amount of CPVF? 4.355. 4.355, right? So if you divide them, then the answer will be 4,923 rupees. And ये कितना हो जाएगा? This will be your 5,510, right? So this will be your EAC. Now comes the decision making part. In the question it is said what? You have to calculate EAC and you have to choose that particular machine. Like the question says, which machine should the production manager purchase? So you have to obviously choose that particular machine which incurs less EAC, right? So which machine is incurring less EAC? Obviously machine Y is incurring less EAC. So the production manager has to choose this one, machine X, right? I hope this question is clear. And I know this is a bit tricky one, but as if you have understood this question easily, then from next question onwards you will understand every question very easily, right? Now if you find this video helpful, then please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, the Witty Turtle, and also don't forget to share the video with your CA and CMA final friends.